Moving on to outfit, as you can see, got him reposed. Look I'm going for, it's like he's just running into base camp, doing a little leap over the giant skull on the right hand side of the stand. Got his right foot planted, just bringing his trailing leg over. Got his spike art, arm trailing behind him. As you can see, got his light on with battle damaged helmet. So I'm going to cover the outfit. As you can see, I don't have to tell you, he's hardly got out on, but what I'm going to cover is the armour, the helmet, pants and what have you, and just score them up. So firstly, looking at the battle damaged helmet, I'll just say, if you can hear an echo on my voice, it's because I'm getting really close for you, so my voice sort of bounces around inside the glass cabinet. As you can see, his battle damaged helmet, it's got a crack up there at the top, running across onto the middle. Fucking awesome paintwork as usual from Hot Toys. Crack there, and a missing part where it reveals his eye. The lens is obviously missing. All the way around, well painted, well sculpted, fucking details awesome. The light up feature does work. And while I'm showing that helmet, I'll also show this one. As you can see, clean helmet, slight crack top there, just to give it effect. Again, nice paintwork. The lens is there. It's fucking really well sculpted. The light works on that, obviously, you can see the cable there. Now these helmets on these, they come with the jaw inside them. Like I said, the chin comes out and that bit fits into the chin. So yeah, fucking two awesome helmets, really well. What I do like as well on this one, the proportion of the head, I really like it. In the film he looks a little bit blown headed, but I think they've just captured him right. And because of the jaw coming away, it fits a lot flusher to his face, so a lot more screen accurate, I think. So yeah, so his helmet's shit hot. His shoulder cannon, really nice again very accurate. Does articulate, sits in there nicely, which I do like when he's not got it out. So nice. Bulky looking armour on his left shoulder, which does restrict the articulation a little bit on that, but I will cover articulation in a minute. The flexible hose looks good. Battle damaged on his chest. The strap, it's not leather, it's like a plastic, but I kind of like that because the leather one on the Pred one I always used to come out there, the fit in there. I really ought to have glued it, but I never did. Then the armour on that shoulder. His gauntlets, his blade gauntlet, it will move that, it's not sculpted onto his arm. The blades go in and out really nicely, and they are metal blades or metal coated, look fucking awesome. Get a bit of light on them for you. Let's give him a turn, shall we? There was a twirl, Mr. Predator. You can see, get a bit of detail. Look at light, it's in there. Oof, you know it. Sculpted gloves, really nice. Paintwork on his arm, it's shit hot, loving it. And onto his other one. I'm going to mention this, I'm going to mention this when I get round onto the extras about the spare one he has. You can see that's got the digits on, hope you can see that. So that's just a standard one, and that does swap out, as you probably already know. Again, sculpted glove on that hand. Just twisting round for you. See his med kit, don't come off on this one, it's fixed, but it does look good, a little bit bigger I would say than the Pred one, but again, really well sculpted. If you look at it in profile, a bit more screen accurate I would say. Shoulder armour, the netting, just about right size I would think, I could be wrong, I'm not that anal about the size of the mesh on his netting. Sculpted belt, made to look like leather, but it's not, it's like a sculpted, really hard plastic. The metal look codpiece, the thigh armour on the sides, that is a cloth material there, like a fake suede, really nice, like on the first one, and obviously it covers all his arse at the back. His lower leg armour, a bit bulkier than the old one, again, that's not a separate section on the knee. Really nice. I think that is actually sculpted onto his leg. I don't think that moves freely. Sculpted sandals. Really nice. So yeah, that just about covers his whole outfit. Like I say, he's not wearing a lot, but I've still got to get a score for it. Now, what they've done on it is fucking brilliant work. Paintwork, sculpt, you can't fault it. Both lights do work, like I mentioned, on both helmets. A really nice touch. They ain't cut no corners. Yeah, like I say, you do get another thing, but I'm going to show that when I do the accessories. Just fucking awesome altogether. Really nice outfit, really nice look, very accurate, I think. So I'm going to give the outfit, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. I couldn't have wanted any more than we got. Probably the trophies are missing, you all know that, but some people say he didn't have the trophies in Predators where he did in Pred 1, and we know it's not a replacement, it's sort of an homage to him. But the trophies would have been nice as an extra, so you could have used it optional. But I'm not going to mark it down because it hasn't got the trophies. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5.
Right, brothers and sisters, imagine this. You're walking through a forest. You hear a rustle in the bushes. You go to inspect, and what happens? That bastard jumps out on you. That's what happens. Fucking hell, you'd shit yourself. We're going to roll on to articulation. As you know, I've used the Iron Man Mark IV stand. I like to get these bitches off at ground. You know that. What I've tried to do is, I've tried to show that if you want to get him into the classic stance where he's just took his helmet off, he sees Arnold for the first time, arms spread wide, legs spread wide, in a roaring pose, he will do it. Now, I will tell you the limitations on the articulation, but like I said, the only reason I've put it on that stand, if I'm honest, is because I wanted to get him so he's sort of in that pose but in a jumping motion, and also because the bulky base, he won't spread his legs, so I've used that base and it's easily holding him. So yeah, it will do the pose that you're thinking about. But the shoulder, the armour on the left shoulder sort of hinders the height that the left arm will go. The armour here doesn't really restrict, the hand will swivel and tilt forward and back, obviously. Same on this hand. Be careful when you're putting that hand on and off because the blades are straight behind. That does turn if you want to put his claws under or over arm sort of thing. The armour here doesn't really restrict it. The armour here doesn't really restrict it. There's no articulation through the stomach, but there's a really good dip and swivel at the waist, so you can arch him back. I can't really show you that because I'm left-handed. The legs do spread pretty wide, look at that. I've got to be honest, when I first did it, I thought that piece of armour was going to come off, but when it does, it's like got a little a stud at the top of the armour, and it actually, when the leg's upright, it clicks in, so it stays attached to the leg. I don't know if I can show you that. Let's have a look. I might show you when he's stood upright. But they will spread, he's got good articulation. Let's see what we can fucking do here. The ball joints inside his leg, when I first did it, it cracked and I thought, fuck, what have I done there? It's not that the joints were cracking, it was just because of the paint holds them in place. The first time you do it, it will create sort of a cracking sound. All you're doing is breaking the dried up paint. So yeah, they will spread, they will rotate really nicely. Obviously be careful with the netting, because he's got the netting down the legs. His knees only bend to about a 45-degree angle. Oh, that's pretty much as far as it'll bend. The ankles will swivel and dip slightly, but obviously the shin guards will hinder that. But for a Predator, I've got to say I'm fucking more than impressed with that, brothers. It's not a bad articulation altogether. Again, the neck, it's a ball joint, so it will swivel well. And then the articulation on the shoulder cannon's really good as well. So, loving that pose. You know I'm feeling them poses with fucking the leaping or they're in action. Just look at that. He looks like a fucking big cat just pouncing on his prey. Oh, imagine it. Beautiful. Do you want another one? Beautiful. Definitely. You fucking know that looks fresh. So on the articulation, I'm going to give it a 4. Because you don't really expect it to be great because of the fucking accurate looking body. But I'm more than happy with articulation on that bad boy. Probably not as good as Wolf, but definitely better than Berserker. So I would say I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Oh, you know it.